WWE Saudi Arabia earnings have been revealed. Plus, Vince McMahon's new wrestling promotion has been debunked. And we have an update on Roman Reigns WWE return. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So as we already know, the Royal Rumble next year will emanate from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But the question has always been just how much of a financial impact do these shows make? Well, a line in the investor call that WWE held just recently reveals just how much coin comes from the Kingdom.
Yeah, so TKO CFO Andrew Schleimer revealed WWE's plans for Saudi Arabia this year and also for next year. In doing so, he revealed how much money WWE makes from trips to the Kingdom. He said, "Our guidance for 2025 includes 1 PLE in Saudi Arabia compared to 2 PLEs in 2024. This results in an unfavorable impact on our 2025 plan of approximately 55 million of total company revenue. We expect to host 3 PLEs in Saudi Arabia in 2026, including the Royal Rumble."
That's the magic number there. Now, WWE's overall revenue exceeds $2 billion, but $55 million of that revenue comes from one single Saudi Arabia show.
Damn.
So by them only having one this year, they are 55 mil down on what they would normally have. We always knew that it was a lot of money that came from these shows, but I think seeing it written down that's an incredible number. And you can imagine that maybe having something like the Royal Rumble, I would assume there'd be a higher asking price because it's the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, absolutely. Like with it being one of the big four as well, you would have assumed so at least. But yeah, I guess it remains to be seen. Maybe something like that is the case. Maybe we hear about it in the next investor call. I don't know, but yeah,
it's so by us only having the one Saudi Arabia show this year, there's going to be 3 next year. One of them, as we know, being the 2026 Royal Rumble. Speaking of wrestling companies with big plans, there was a lot of rumor and innuendo coming out of Conrad Thompson and Eric Bischoff's chat on 83 Weeks that suggested that Vince McMahon was stepping out and starting a new wrestling promotion. There was a claim from Thompson and Bischoff that Fox were apparently partnering with them. Now, sources close to Fox have told the Wrestling Observer and Fightful that this is not the case. And also, when it comes to the wrestling promotion in general, sources close to McMahon have shot it down altogether, according to the Wrestling Observer, who say, quote, "He's not starting a wrestling promotion, I can tell you that. He's starting an entertainment company. There was stuff floating around yesterday of him starting a wrestling company. Those close to him say, no, that's not happening. Vince isn't getting back into the wrestling game."
Yes, yeah. And it was weird because when we first heard rumblings about the whole Vince McMahon maybe starting an entertainment company, it felt like it was, or from the sounds of things, it was just going to be that, maybe like film, TV, dipping fingers into that kind of thing rather than the wrestling stuff. So when sort of like the rumors came up yesterday about the whole wrestling business kind of thing, it was like, oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, well, it's not to say that McMahon is staying away from entertainment altogether, because, of course, there is a lot of conversation about him starting an entertainment company that'll back and produce films and TV projects. Former WWE COO Brad Bloom and Senior Vice President of Entertainment Relations Kristen Prouty are involved with McMahon in setting up said new company. Let's take it back to the wrestling. Ricky Saints, formerly Ricky Starks, made his NXT debut. Do the pose. There it is.
All right, isn't he?
What did you make of Saints' debut?
I enjoyed it.
Marching in.
I enjoyed it. It's always just nice to see someone back in the ring who you haven't seen in a little while on television properly. So I always enjoyed it. Yeah,
it was good. Yeah, a great debut. Very emotional promo afterwards for WWE.com exclusively, where you could see how much this all meant to Ricky to be back in the mix and be part of WWE as well after everything that has gone on, and in some cases not gone on at all, between he and Tony Khan and AEW. Dr. Chris Featherstone on Backstage Pass with WrestleVotes reports that Ricky Saints has been well received backstage at WWE, and there is a lot of possibility for bigger things to come. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Whilst his meteoric rise in NXT has not seen him garner any heat at all either, which is really, really good. He's been very well received by the company and those backstage as well. And it's hoped internally that Saints will climb the ranks of NXT quickly and become a main roster star soon after, which is very cool.
Do we see him like blasting through? I really do.
Oh, I was going to say, what about like on the Raw after Mania? But Mania is kind of coming up pretty quickly, isn't it? So I don't know about that one, but I think we see him sort of jettison up to the main title picture in NXT very, very soon.
Yeah, I see him as an NXT champion by the summer, if not a little bit sooner, because I think there's probably a few people that may get a call up on the Raw after WrestleMania. I think I heard Fraxium mentioned by WrestleVotes in the last couple of days. I think Ricky Starks, maybe not just yet, but certainly when he gets there, boy howdy is he going to get there.
Boy howdy.
Boy and
Oh, did they do it soon with Stand and Deliver and stuff, actually? New Orleans? Or do we go that quickly?
Oh, you have him beat Obafemi?
I don't know.
I mean, I say that quickly. I mean, that show is sort of end of April.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 months there.
It could be a possibility.
They could actually do it that quick, couldn't they?
Maybe.
They could blast him through that quickly. We are very much on the road to WrestleMania, and we have an update on Roman's road to WrestleMania.
We sure do. Roman Reigns, obviously, he's been gone from WWE TV since Seth Rollins he double stomped him to start with, and then he stomped him on the steps as well, because why not?
Why not, indeed?
Because why not? At the Royal Rumble, and then he was being written off TV, as mentioned there, following those 2 curb stomps. WWE, though, have announced today that Roman Reigns will be appearing live in the arena of SmackDown, March 21st episode from Bologna, Italy.
Bologna.
Apologies if I've butchered that, and I most certainly have. And the March 28th edition of SmackDown in London as well. So it confirms Reigns will be back on TV in time for WrestleMania 41.
So Roman in Italy and Roman in London, which suggests to me that he's absolutely good. As if there was a shred of doubt he's going to be a key part of the road to WrestleMania WrestleMania.
It's got to be him and Seth. Maybe the triple threat with Punk as well. I'd kind of like a singles match, though, between him and Seth, because there's so much there, isn't there? There's so much history there between the two, and a proper singles match between the two would be lovely.
Like a real grudge match between the two. Just let them go, just let them tear each other asunder. I think that the possibilities for Roman Reigns are really interesting in this WrestleMania. It'd be the first one in a long time that he's not been featured into title plans.
Which
is weird to think about.
Weird to think about. Yeah, that he's, for the last however long it's been, he's been champion. Now he's not.
The first time since, obviously he was meant to face Goldberg at WrestleMania 36, the pandemic of Mania, but then of course he wasn't part of that. But then the following year he was in the main event defending the title. The following year after that, the year after that, and then and now he's at a point where he has no title, and there's an opportunity for some great grudge matches somewhere on the card.
Agreed. Yeah.
Really interesting time for him. But the road to WrestleMania runs through the Elimination Chamber, and you, young man, are covering this one all across the weekend.
Yes, we are. Not long ago, me and Adam recorded our predictions for the event that will be going out tonight. We've already done the 9 pitches with myself, Jack the Jobber, and Ross as well. That's over on the channel. You can watch that now. And then myself and Adam will be live reacting to the Elimination Chamber on Saturday. That's youtube.com/cultaholic/live. I believe the main card starts at 12. As I mentioned, I didn't know last time, but I know this time. Main card starts at 12, but we'll be starting our stream at 10 p.m. GMT. So join us for that if you can.
You'll have the WTF moments from the Elimination Chamber show with Ross on our Patreon as well at patreon.com/cultaholic. And of course, Jack will be here with what happened at Elimination Chamber as well. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Kiss, kiss.
Love you, bye.